I had always taken comfort in the predictable rhythm of my daily life. Each morning was a carefully measured ritual, a warm cup of coffee in the quiet solitude of my small apartment, a steady commute to work, and evenings spent reading or watching familiar television shows. I prided myself on knowing what to expect from one day to the next. And yet, one ordinary Thursday evening, as rain softly pattered against my window and the city glowed under the autumn twilight, a single digital receipt shattered that comfortable predictability and thrust me into a world of hidden indulgence and forbidden passion. I was in my favorite armchair after a long day at the office, idly scrolling through my email and app notifications when a message caught my attention. It wasn't an invoice from a coffee shop or a routine bank alert, it was a digital receipt, appearing unexpectedly among the usual correspondence. The screen displayed details that I didn't recall authorizing, a charge from a five-star hotel for a late-night stay and a separate line item for an intimate dinner at an exclusive restaurant. My pulse quickened as I examined the receipt in detail. The hotel charge was substantial, far exceeding my typical spending, and the dinner expense was similarly lavish. Every line of the receipt, complete with itemized descriptions, timestamps, and even a reference code, was rendered in an elegant font, as if to lend an air of sophistication to an act I had never knowingly committed. For a long, breathless moment, I stared at my phone, trying to reconcile the receipt with my memory. I was certain I had spent the evening at home, cocooned in the safety of routine. Yet, the digital evidence was irrefutable. The receipt confirmed a reservation at the Celestial Lux Hotel, with a check-in time of 9:45 p.m., and a separate transaction revealed a gourmet dinner at La Belle Nuit, a name that sounded as if it belonged in a high-end culinary magazine rather than in my modest, unassuming world. My mind swirled with confusion, disbelief, and, inevitably, a spark of curiosity. Had I somehow arranged these luxury escapes without recalling? Or, even more disconcertingly, was someone orchestrating this elaborate sequence on my behalf, a forbidden admirer, perhaps, whose identity was shrouded in secrecy? I spent the next half hour retracing my steps, scouring my digital calendar and past messages to find any trace of a planned outing. Nothing surfaced. The reservation was not a mistake, nor was it an accidental charge from an unfamiliar vendor. It was deliberate, a secret invitation to step beyond the confines of my everyday life. My heart pounded as I considered the implications. I had always been cautious, even reclusive in my personal indulgences, preferring the quiet and predictable over the chaotic pulse of passion. But this digital receipt, glowing on my screen with its elegant details, was a challenge to that very order. It whispered of a night filled with luxury, clandestine encounters, and a taste of a forbidden romance I had only dared to imagine. After several minutes of hesitant deliberation, an unexpected surge of adrenaline propelled me to act. I decided that I would follow the breadcrumbs left by the mysterious receipt. If nothing else, I owed it to myself to explore this strange opportunity. With my mind buzzing and my heart in my throat, I cleared my schedule for the evening. I cancelled my usual plans for a quiet dinner at home and resolved to venture into the unknown. The receipt had provided details, and although I knew nothing about who might have arranged these events, a part of me, one I'd long suppressed, thrilled at the prospect of escaping into a world of opulence and romance. I began with the hotel reservation. I opened my closet and searched for an outfit that could capture both sophistication and a subtle hint of daring. After a few moments of searching, I selected a sleek, deep burgundy dress that flowed gracefully over my form, paired with a tailored black blazer that added an unexpected edge. I applied my makeup carefully, a bold red lip that seemed to echo the passion of the night, with softly defined eyes that hinted at vulnerability and resolve. When I finally looked in the mirror, I saw a version of myself I'd only ever glimpsed in dreams, a woman unafraid to embrace the unknown. At exactly 8 p.m., I left my apartment and stepped out into the cool, rain-kissed night. The city felt different, as though the ordinary had given way to a hidden tapestry of possibility. I hailed a rideshare and, as the sleek black car pulled up to my doorstep, I clutched my phone with the digital receipt still displayed. The driver greeted me politely, and I provided the destination, Celestial Lux Hotel. As the car began its journey, I watched the familiar cityscape fade into an upscale district where grand buildings and designer storefronts glimmered under the streetlights. Each moment of the ride was imbued with an electric sense of anticipation, and I couldn't help but wonder what awaited me. After what felt both like a brief eternity and an endless voyage, the car pulled up in front of the Celestial Lux Hotel, a modern architectural marvel that blended reflective glass with understated luxury. The building exuded a quiet confidence, its entrance framed by soft, ambient lighting that promised privacy and indulgence. I paid the fare with trembling hands and stepped out into the cool air. The hotel's valet promptly greeted me, and I handed over my bag, feeling as if I were entering a sanctuary dedicated to those who cherished secret escapes. Inside the grand lobby, I marveled at the opulent yet serene atmosphere. Polished marble floors and crystal chandeliers bathed the space in a gentle, golden glow. I approached the reception desk, where a well-dressed attendant greeted me by name. "Good evening, Ms. Langley," he said, his tone respectful and measured. I was momentarily taken aback that he knew my name. It was as if every detail of my secret escape had been orchestrated down to the minutiae of my identity. With a few curt nods, he confirmed my reservation for Suite 1207 on the 12th floor and handed me a sleek keycard. "Your suite is ready for your check-in, and further instructions for tonight's events will be sent to your phone," he murmured before turning his attention to the next guest. I took the keycard and stepped into the elevator, its interior reflecting my own nervous excitement in the polished metal walls. As the floor numbers ascended one by one, I felt a strange mix of exhilaration and trepidation, a sense that with each passing moment, I was moving further away from the life I had always known. When the elevator doors opened on the 12th floor, I stepped into a quiet, tastefully decorated corridor lined with plush carpeting and subtle modern art. At the end of the hall, my room awaited, Suite 1207, its door bearing my reservation in elegant silver script. I swiped the keycard, and the door opened with a soft chime, welcoming me into a world that was as luxurious as it was mysterious. Inside the suite, every detail exuded refined elegance. The expansive room featured floor-to-ceiling windows that offered a panoramic view of the glittering city below, a mosaic of twinkling lights and distant shapes that seemed to hold secrets of their own. Modern furnishings in neutral tones and delicate accents created a space that was both calming and inspiring. I placed my bag on a minimalist console table and took a moment to absorb the opulence of the room. A small envelope, placed carefully on the bedside table, caught my eye. My heart pounded as I opened it, revealing a handwritten note in delicate, flowing cursive. "Welcome, dear one. Tonight, your secret escape begins with an unforgettable dinner at La Belle Soirée. At midnight, an intimate dinner date with your forbidden admirer awaits. Surrender to the allure of the night." The note stirred something deep within me, a mixture of longing, curiosity, and a fierce determination to live beyond the confines of my everyday existence. I felt as if that simple envelope had become a talisman, urging me to embrace a life of hidden passion and daring adventure. I freshened up and changed into a new outfit I had prepared, a form-fitting black dress that shimmered subtly under soft light, paired with a light, tailored jacket and elegant heels. My reflection in the mirror now showed a woman transformed, confident, radiant, and ready to step into the unknown. At 9:45 p.m., with a final glance at the opulent details of my suite, I stepped out into the night once again. I hailed a rideshare to take me to La Belle Soirée, the exclusive restaurant where my next secret rendezvous awaited. The car ride was a quiet journey through the city's upscale district, the familiar streets now appearing transformed by the magic of possibility. I watched as the urban landscape gave way to elegant buildings and softly lit boulevards, each moment building the anticipation of what was to come. When the car finally pulled up outside La Belle Soirée, I stepped out into a cool, dewy night. The restaurant's entrance was understated yet undeniably inviting, a set of glass doors framed by intricate wrought iron details and softly glowing sconces that bathed the sidewalk in a gentle radiance. I hesitated only a moment before pushing the door open, feeling as though I were crossing the threshold into a realm of decadent mystery. Inside, the dining room of La Belle Soirée was a haven of refined elegance. Soft ambient lighting, the gentle clink of fine china, and the subtle strains of a live piano created an atmosphere that was at once intimate and luxurious. I was led to a reserved table in a secluded corner, where the table was set meticulously with crisp white linens, polished silverware, and a single red rose in a slender vase, each detail a silent promise of a night meant for the extraordinary. The first course arrived, a delicate amuse-bouche of truffle-infused mushroom tartlet that burst with flavor and set my palate alight with anticipation. Each bite was an invitation to savor the moment, to let the experience dissolve the boundaries between the ordinary and the sublime. As the courses progressed, a velvety lobster bisque that warmed me from within, followed by a main course of perfectly seared sea bass drizzled with a subtle citrus reduction, I felt my senses awaken to the rich tapestry of flavors and emotions. Every dish was a carefully orchestrated symphony of taste, artfully designed to remind me that life's true luxuries lie in unexpected moments of indulgence. Between courses, I couldn't help but steal glances around the dining room, wondering if I might spot the face of the forbidden admirer mentioned in the note. Each passing smile, every discreet glance from fellow diners, seemed to be a small nod to the secret society of those who dared to break free from routine. The atmosphere was hushed and conspiratorial, a world where every shared look held a story and every whispered conversation was a promise of mystery. As dessert arrived, a sumptuous caramel-infused crème brûlée with a perfectly torched top, I felt an intense thrill surge through me. The dessert was as much a work of art as it was a burst of flavor, each bite a soft reminder that the extraordinary could be found in the most unexpected places. Just as I finished the final spoonful, my phone vibrated with a discreet message: "Your forbidden admirer awaits at the posh hotel bar. Proceed now." My heart leapt. With the echoes of gourmet delight still resonating in my senses, I excused myself and left La Belle Soirée with a gentle, bittersweet smile. I hailed another rideshare, and as the car navigated rain-kissed streets and shimmering reflections of city lights, I felt the steady pulse of anticipation build within me once more. The destination now was the posh hotel bar, a secluded lounge on an upper floor of the Celestial Grandeur Hotel, known for its intimate ambience and the discreet elegance of its patrons. Arriving at the hotel, I stepped out into the cool night and made my way through the grand lobby once again, feeling the magnetic pull of the unknown. In the sleek, dimly lit bar, the atmosphere was hushed and refined, ambient lighting played over polished surfaces, and soft jazz murmured in the background, creating a space that was both exclusive and inviting. I settled into a comfortable seat at the far end of the bar and ordered a signature cocktail, its delicate balance of citrus and spice a final, tantalizing note of the night's sensory symphony. Moments later, as if emerging from a carefully orchestrated cue, a man stepped from the shadows. He was impeccably dressed in a tailored suit, his eyes deep and contemplative, and as he approached, I felt a subtle yet undeniable surge of connection. "Good evening," he said in a voice that was both calm and resonant. "I'm Gabriel." His introduction was simple, but it carried with it the weight of unspoken promises, a quiet acknowledgement that this encounter, too, was part of the intricate tapestry of secret escapes that had begun with a stray app alert and a digital receipt. Over the next hour, Gabriel and I engaged in a hushed, intimate conversation. We talked about the beauty of unexpected moments and the thrill of stepping beyond the safe confines of routine. He spoke of his own experiences, a life once constrained by predictability, transformed by secret meetings in hidden corners of the city, each one a gentle rebellion against the mundane. In turn, I found myself opening up about the long-suppressed longing for passion and authenticity that had fueled my quiet existence. Every word we exchanged, every soft smile and lingering glance, wove together a connection that felt both fragile and profoundly real. As the night deepened and the soft strains of the live jazz lulled the bar into a comfortable hush, Gabriel's eyes met mine with a gentle intensity. "Tonight," he murmured, "we've both tasted a fragment of a hidden world, a world where every secret meeting is a promise of transformation. I hope this is only the beginning." His words, sincere and quietly stirring, left an indelible imprint on my heart. We parted with a tender, lingering farewell, a promise that our paths might cross again, that the secret escape which had begun with a stray app alert would continue to unravel its mysteries in our lives. I returned to my suite with a mind alive with possibility and a heart that beat in rhythm with the echoes of the night. In the silence of my luxurious room, I sat by the expansive window, gazing out over the city's glittering tapestry. I opened my journal and began to write feverishly, determined to capture every detail of the evening, the sumptuous flavors of La Belle Nuit, the clandestine luxury of the Celestial Luxe Hotel, and the tender intimacy shared with Gabriel at the posh hotel bar. Each word was a declaration of my newfound willingness to embrace the unknown, a quiet rebellion against the predictable cadence of my former life. In the days that followed, the memory of that night continued to resonate in every small, extraordinary detail of my world. The once familiar rhythm of my days had been replaced by a delicate awareness that beauty, passion, and mystery lay hidden in the smallest moments, a shared glance with a stranger, the gentle murmur of an urban night, the subtle glow of a street lamp on a rain-kissed pavement. I realized that the secret escapes, once shrouded in enigma and uncertainty, were a gateway to a life where every moment was imbued with the promise of transformation and intimate connection. Now, as I sit in the quiet afterglow of that unforgettable night, I understand that the digital receipt that exposed my secret hotel trips and intimate dinner dates was not an isolated anomaly, but the spark that ignited a journey of self-rediscovery. Each clandestine meeting and every unexpected indulgence is a stepping stone, a reminder that our most profound experiences often come from daring to venture beyond the predictable. With a heart forever altered and a soul awakened to the beauty of hidden wonders, I remain ever watchful for the next secret invitation, the next stray notification that promises to lead me deeper into a world where passion, mystery, and the courage to live authentically intertwine. I close my journal tonight with a quiet resolve, to continue embracing the unknown, to savor every secret luxury, and to live a life that is as rich, as daring, and as breathtaking as the dreams I once only dared to imagine. In the delicate interplay between light and shadow, in every whispered secret and every clandestine rendezvous, I have found a new way of being, a way that celebrates the extraordinary hidden within the fabric of the everyday. I woke to the soft hum of the early morning, an intimate symphony of distant city sounds and the gentle patter of rain against the window, that seemed to echo the secret rhythm of the night before. In the quiet solitude of my luxurious suite, I lay awake for a long while, savoring the aftertaste of an evening that had irrevocably shifted something deep within me. The digital receipt that had exposed my clandestine hotel trips and intimate dinner dates with a forbidden admirer was no longer just an oddity in my account history. It had become the spark that ignited a transformation I could no longer ignore. Last night, I had stepped beyond the boundaries of my predictable life. I had watched as my carefully guarded routine melted away under the warm glow of candlelight at an exclusive bistro, and I had felt my heart stir with a mix of trepidation and exhilaration when, amidst the soft strains of a live piano, my eyes had met those of him, a mysterious, forbidden admirer whose presence had been as transformative as it was unanticipated. His name was Adrian, and in the hushed intimacy of that decadent dinner, he had spoken of secret escapes, of hidden desires, and of a life replete with passion that many only dared to dream about. His words, spoken with a sincerity that resonated in every fiber of my being, had made me question everything I thought I knew about myself. As the dawn's gentle light began to illuminate my suite, I sat at the edge of my bed, the echo of every whispered conversation still alive in my ears. I reached for my journal, a faithful companion during these moments of rebirth, and began to write down every detail, the sumptuous flavors of the gourmet courses, the delicate interplay of light and shadow, the soft clink of crystal glasses, and, most importantly, the way Adrian's eyes seemed to promise that there was a secret world waiting to be embraced. I wrote about how his voice, calm yet imbued with a hidden intensity, had stirred memories of a passion I once thought lost, and how every shared smile had been a small act of rebellion against a life that had long been confined by the ordinary. 4 weeks before that fateful night, I had allowed myself to be seduced by a quiet resignation, a life where routine was a comfort and risk was a luxury I couldn't afford. But now, with every stroke of my pen, I felt a liberation that defied the mundane. The digital receipt that had appeared in my account, a seemingly innocuous record of a secret booking, had served as a portal. It had led me to a luxurious hotel, where every detail whispered of indulgence and mystery, to a gourmet dinner, where every course was a carefully orchestrated invitation to rediscover my hidden self, and to Adrian, whose forbidden allure had kindled in me the courage to embrace the unknown. That morning, I wandered through the quiet corridors of the hotel, still enveloped in the memories of the night's sensual magic. I strolled along a balcony that overlooked the city's awakening skyline, where the interplay of soft light and deep shadows seemed to echo the duality within me, the tension between the life I had always known and the life I was just beginning to glimpse. In that reflective silence, I realized that each secret encounter was not an isolated episode, but a piece of a larger mosaic, a testament to the possibility of living with passion, creativity, and unabashed vulnerability. Over the next few days, my inner world blossomed with subtle changes. I found that I was approaching everyday moments with a heightened awareness, as if my senses had been finely tuned by that secret escape. The smell of fresh rain on the pavement, the gentle murmur of a conversation in a quiet cafe, the shimmering reflections on glass windows, each became imbued with the possibility of hidden magic. I began to experiment with new hobbies, enrolling in a creative writing workshop and even taking up a short photography course to capture the fleeting moments of beauty that now revealed themselves to me in vivid detail. Yet, even as I embraced these transformations, a gentle undercurrent of longing remained, a desire to recapture the intense, unfiltered passion of that night. One afternoon, while reviewing my messages, I found another alert that sent a thrill through me, a simple notification that read, "Your journey continues. Tonight at 8 p.m., join us at the Obsidian Lounge. Discover what lies beneath." Unlike the first mysterious receipt, this alert was not accompanied by any detailed explanation, only a promise that the adventure was far from over. My heart pounded as I realized that I was now on a path that I could never return from, a path defined by secret escapes, intimate connections, and the daring pursuit of life's hidden wonders. That evening, I prepared once again with a sense of quiet determination. I selected an outfit that captured the spirit of my newfound self, a flowing, emerald green dress paired with delicate silver jewelry, the fabric whispering with each graceful movement. As I applied my makeup, I recalled the memories of the past few nights, each one a vivid reminder of the possibilities that lay in embracing the unknown. I was no longer the cautious soul who had clung to routine, I was a woman awakened to the extraordinary. The ride to the Obsidian Lounge was a reflective journey through the city's nocturnal landscape. I watched as the familiar streets transformed into a tapestry of vibrant lights and hidden alleyways, each illuminated corner a potential doorway to further mystery. Arriving at the venue, a sleek, modern building with an understated, stylish facade, I stepped out of the car, the cool air filled with the scent of rain and distant celebrations. A discreet sign on the door read simply, "The Obsidian Lounge," in elegant, minimalist script. I hesitated only a moment, then pressed the buzzer, and the door opened, ushering me into another realm of secret indulgence. Inside, the lounge was a haven of modern chic and intimate elegance. The interior was dominated by a cool, dark palette accented with glimmers of silver and blue, colors that evoked both mystery and clarity. Plush seating clusters invited quiet conversations, and ambient lighting created soft pools of warmth among the shadows. A low, rhythmic beat pulsed through the room, blending with murmurs of hushed laughter and the occasional clink of glasses. I made my way to a secluded table near a tall window that offered a glimpse of the starlit sky beyond. As I settled into my seat, I felt the same electric thrill that had ignited my journey, each heartbeat a promise of more hidden adventures yet to come. The evening at the Obsidian Lounge unfolded slowly, like a secret whispered between old friends. I mingled with a small group of like-minded souls, each of us drawn to the lure of the clandestine and the promise of passion unfettered by convention. Conversations flowed effortlessly, a tapestry of dreams, regrets, and the gentle acknowledgement that every fleeting moment carried the potential for profound transformation. I found myself lost in a discussion with a poet named Elena, whose verses spoke of hidden desires and the bittersweet nature of life. Her words resonated with me, stirring memories of nights when I had dared to dream beyond the mundane. In the soft interplay of ambient light and deep, reflective shadows, I also encountered a gentleman whose presence was both commanding and tender. His name was Julian, a man who, like Adrian, had once navigated a life defined by caution before embracing the wild, uncharted territories of secret escapes. Julian's eyes, dark and expressive, held stories of heartbreak and hope, of hidden adventures that had reshaped his very soul. As we talked, every word became a revelation, a gentle unmasking of the fears and dreams that had long been tucked away behind the facade of routine. I could feel the boundaries of my former self dissolving, replaced by a raw openness and an eagerness to live fully in each clandestine moment. The night deepened further, and as the lounge's soft music swelled into a quiet crescendo, I realized that every secret encounter, every whispered conversation, was not merely an escape, but a stepping stone toward reclaiming a life that I had once thought unattainable. Every digital alert that had pulled me from the safe harbor of the familiar had become a key that unlocked the hidden chambers of my heart and revealed the exquisite tapestry of passion and possibility that lay dormant within me. When the clock finally neared 1 a.m., I felt a bittersweet tug, a delicate mix of contentment and longing. I knew that, while tonight had been a celebration of the extraordinary, it was also a promise that this journey of rediscovery was far from over. I exchanged quiet farewells with new acquaintances, each parting a silent vow to seek out the secret beauty that dwelled in the margins of everyday life. With the gentle, lingering echo of the Obsidian Lounge in my ears, I stepped back into the cool night and hailed a rideshare back to the Celestial Lux Hotel. The drive back was a reflective interlude, a meditative passage through rain-glazed streets and neon-lit boulevards, where every light and shadow seemed to whisper of hidden adventures yet to be lived. In the privacy of the car, I allowed my thoughts to wander back over the tapestry of the evening, the sumptuous tastes of gourmet delicacies, the quiet intimacy of conversations that bridged the gap between strangers, and the magnetic pull of faces that had kindled a fire I thought was long extinguished. I felt both grateful and awed by the realization that, through these secret encounters, I had begun to rewrite the narrative of my life, a narrative that no longer belonged to routine but to the boundless, unpredictable beauty of the unknown. Back in my suite, I sank into the plush comfort of my favorite armchair by the floor-to-ceiling window. The sprawling city below glittered like a treasure trove of hidden possibilities. I opened my journal once more and began to write, my pen racing across the pages as I captured every nuance of the night's transformation. I recorded the taste of every exquisite dish, the soft murmur of every whispered secret, and the tender, affirming touch of those who had dared to meet me in the clandestine glow of midnight. With each word, I reaffirmed my commitment to embrace a life that defied the mundane, a life where every secret invitation was a step toward becoming the person I had always dreamed of being. In the days that followed, I found that the echoes of that secret escape continued to reverberate throughout my existence. The once unremarkable details of everyday life began to shimmer with a new light, a kind of magic that was born of risk, vulnerability, and the courage to step into the unknown. I discovered that the mundane held hidden treasures, a kind smile from a coworker, the soft murmur of conversation on a busy street, the gentle glow of the evening sky, and each became a reminder that life's richest experiences often arise from the simplest acts of daring. Now, as I sit in the quiet solace of early morning and reflect upon the transformative nights that have redefined my existence, I know that my journey is far from over. Each digital alert, every clandestine booking, and every forbidden encounter is a chapter in a story that is still being written, a story of passion, resilience, and the unyielding pursuit of a life lived fully and authentically. I remain ever vigilant for that next secret invitation, that next spark that will guide me deeper into a world where the extraordinary is woven into the very fabric of the everyday. With a heart alight with hope and a soul forever transformed by the magic of hidden escapes, I close my journal for now, cherishing the memories of the night and the promise of all that is yet to come. I step into the new day with the quiet determination to embrace every secret, every unexpected moment, as a reminder that the most profound transformations begin when we dare to cross the threshold of the known and venture into the realm of the mysterious.